Good morning, students. Welcome back. I hope all of you are safe and fit at home, studying well, and completing your work on time. This video is for the students of class 8, subject English. And in today's video, we are going to cover one chapter of our textbook, that is Honeydew. This is our chapter number 8, and the name of the chapter is A Short Monsoon Diary. It is written by famous writer Ruskin Bond. This is my lecture number 1 for the same chapter. This chapter is taken from Honeydew book. Students, we shall cover this chapter in one lecture only. Topics to be covered in today's lecture are, first of all, introduction to the author will be given. Then, main objectives will be read. Introduction will be read. After then, chapter will be explained line by line along with word meanings. Then homework will be assigned. At last, previous homework will be discussed. Dear students, before start reading the chapter in detail, let me tell you about the author first. Ruskin Bond was born on 19th May 1934 at Kasauli, Punjab State's Agency in British India. He was famous author and poet. His notable works are Our Trees Still Grow in Dhara, A Flight of Peasants, and The Blue Umbrella, etc. He was awarded by Satya Academy Award in 1992, Padma Shri in 1999 and Padma Bhushan in 2014. That's all about the author. Before start reading the chapter in detail, let us see the main objectives of it. First, the students should know about a diary. Second, they should know to make a diary. Third, they should know about some world famous diaries. Fourth, they should make a record of their personal experiences to enhance their knowledge. Now let us see the introduction of the chapter. A short monsoon diary is a compilation. Compilation means an act of compiling something of a few diary entries of the world-renowned writer Ruskin Bond. These extract states about the silent miracles of nature. A short monsoon diary deals with the experience of Ruskin Bond during the monsoon season in the mountains. He has described the salient features of the nature, its undefined beauty, and all the flora and fauna that emerge out during season. Ruskin Bond had spent a large part of his life in India and was deeply inspired by the natural beauty of the mountains. In the story, he has described the flowers, plants, creepers, and all kinds of insects, reptiles, and animals that he witnessed during monsoon season. A question arises. Do you know what a diary is? The answer of the question is, it is a record of personal experiences written day after day over a long period of time. You can also use a diary to note down things you plan to do immediately or in future. One of the most famous diaries published as a book is The Diary of Anne Frank. Here are few extracts from Ruskin Bond's diary in which he depicts the silent miracles of nature and life's little joys and regrets. So let us read the chapter to know about what he has written. So let us read the chapter in detail. June 24. The first day of monsoon mist, and it's strange how all the birds fall silent as the mist comes climbing up the hill. Here, the meaning of mist as a noun means a cloud of tiny water droplets suspended in the atmosphere at or near the earth's surface that limits visibility. And the meaning of mist as a verb means cover or become covered with mist. Perhaps that is what makes the mist so melancholy. Melancholy means very sad. Means the mist is called melancholy because it makes people feel melancholy. Not only does it conceal, means not allow to be seen or hide the hills. It blankets, means it covers them in silence too. Only an hour ago the trees were ringing with bird song, and now the forest is deadly still as though it were midnight. Means the lesson gives us a glimpse into the diary of Ruskin Bond, and the first day being talked about is June 24, the time around which monsoon begins. As it is written, June 24 is the first day when the mist appeared. The writer calls it strange how all the birds suddenly went silent as a cloud of tiny water droplets climbed up the hill. He tries to explain why the mist called melancholy by giving two reasons. First, it covers up the mountains and hides the serene view, means calm view. Second, it silences the birds, hereby bringing sadness. He writes how only an hour before the mist appeared, trees could be heard ringing with the chirping of the birds, means bird song. But now it was so still and silent that he called the forest deadly, as it felt that it was almost midnight. Through the mist, means fog, Bichu is calling to his sister. I can hear him running about on the hillside, but I cannot see him. I is here the writer, Ruskin Bond. The writer could hear Bichu calling for his sister, but couldn't see him through the mist. Mist means fog or smog. He could anticipate that Biju was running about on the hillside. June 25th. Some genuine early monsoon rain, warm and humid, and not that cold high altitude stuff we have been having all year. The plants seem to know it too, and the first cobra lily rears its head from the ferns as I walk to the bank and post office. Cobra lily means common name of several plants. Rears means grow or cultivate. Ferns means a flowerless plant with feathery green leaves. Means on the 25th day of June that year, the hills witnessed some early monsoon rain, which brought with itself warmth and humidity. It is different from the showers the hills receive all year that cools the environment at such high altitude. The plants also knew it very well that the monsoon had arrived as the first cobra lily of the season plunked its head, making its way among the ferns as the writer walked till the bank and the post office. The mist affords a certain privacy. A schoolboy asked me to describe the hill, station, and valley in one sentence, and all I could say was a paradise that might have been. Means, upon being asked by a schoolboy, the author described the hill station and valley as a paradise that might have been. It means that during monsoon season, the hill station and valley must feel heavenly, which is why it has been referred to as a paradise.
Now let us move to next paragraph. June 27. The rains have heralded means announced or brought the news of the arrival of some seasonal visitors, a leopard and several thousand leeches. Yesterday afternoon, the leopard lifted a dog from near the servants' quarter below the school. In the evening, it attacked one of Biju's cows but fled at the approach of Biju's mother, who came screaming implications. Implications means curses, offensive words. Means the rain brought with itself the news of the arrival of a few occasional visitors like the leopard and quite a few thousand leeches. On the afternoon of the day before, the leopard picked up a dog from near the servants' quarter, which was below the school. Not only this, in the evening it ambushed one of Biju's cows but ran away as soon as Biju's mother came cursing. As for the leeches, I shall soon get used to a little bloodletting every day. Bloodletting means losing blood. Means with the leeches, on the other hand, the writer says that he must get used to losing a little blood to them every day. Other new arrivals are the scarlet miniwits. Miniwits means bright red birds like a cuckoo. The female are yellow. Flitting. Flitting means move swiftly and lightly, silently among the leaves like brilliant jewels. Means he mentions a few other names that arrived with the rain, such as the scarlet miniwits, bright red birds that look like a cuckoo. However, their female counterparts are yellow in color. They move swiftly and lightly among the leaves, giving the appearance of brilliant jewels around them. No matter how leafy the trees, these brightly colored birds cannot conceal themselves. Although by remaining absolutely silent, they sometimes contrive means manage to do something to go unnoticed. Along come a pair of drongos. Drongos means a songbird with a stout bill, unnecessarily aggressive, chasing the miniwits away. Means these birds are so bright in their color that regardless of how leafy the tree is, it is difficult for them to hide themselves. However, sometimes they manage to go unnoticed by remaining absolutely silent. A bird species named drongos also comes along, quite unnecessarily aggressive in nature. They chase these miniwits away. A tree creeper moves rapidly up the trunk of the oak tree, snapping up insects all the way. Now that the rains are here, there is no dearth of food for the insectivorous birds. So, here the meaning of creeper is any plant that grows along the ground or up a wall. And the meaning of snapping up means to take someone or something quickly. Dearth means a scarcity or lack of something. Insectivorous means feeding on insects, worms, and other invertebrates. Means during this time, a tree creeper climbs up the trunk of the oak tree, carrying insects with it. The rainy season ensures that there is no scarcity of food for the insect eating birds. So, this was all about part 1. Now, let us read the diary entries of Ruskin Bond, which is written in part 2. August 2. All night the rain has been drumming. Drumming means falling noisily on the corrugated tin roof. Corrugated means having parallel rows of folds that look like a series of waves when seen from the edge. There has been no storm, no thunder, just the steady swish. Swish means move with a hissing or rushing sound of a tropical downpour. It helps me to lie awake. At the same time, it doesn't keep me from sleeping. Means the author wrote on August 2 how the rain had been falling noisily on the corrugated tin roof. There was no storm or thunder, just the smooth falling of the tropical raindrops. It made it easier for the author to lie awake. However, at the same time, it didn't prevent him from falling asleep. It is a good sound to read by. The rain outside, the quiet within, and although tin roofs are given to springing uncountable leaks, there is a feeling of being untouched by and yet in touch with the rain. Means he explains how the sound of rain creates a nice atmosphere for reading with the rain outside and silence within. He mentions the usual leaks from the tin roof and how they give you the feeling of having touched you by keeping you untouched. August 3. The rain stops. The clouds begin to break up. The sun strikes the hill on my left. A woman is chopping up sticks. Chopping up means to cut something into small pieces. I hear the tinkle of cowbells. In the oak tree, a crow shakes the raindrops from his feather and caws disconsolately. Disconsolately means unhappily. Means as the rain stops on the third day of August, the clouds begin to separate, giving way to the sun on the writer's left. A woman could be seen cutting sticks into small pieces, and the tinkle of cowbells could be heard. A crow sitting on the oak tree shook itself to get away with the raindrops on its feathers as it cawed unhappily. Water drips from a leaking drain pipe, and suddenly, clean and pure, the song of the whistling thrush emerges like a dark sweet secret from the depths of the ravine. Drain pipe means a pipe for carrying of rainwater or liquid refuse from a building. Thrush means a small or medium sized songbird, typically having brown back, spotted breast, and loud song. Ravine means valley, means the water dripped from the leaking drain pipe that carried off rainwater from the building as everything settled. The pure song of the whistling thrush could be heard like a dark, sweet secret from the depths of the valley. August 12th. Endless rain and a permanent mist. We haven't seen the sun for 8 or 9 days. Everything damp and soggy. Now here to go. Pace the room. Look out of the window at a few bobbing umbrellas. Bobbing means make a sudden move so as to appear or disappear. Means by August 12, the hills had been experiencing continuous rain and permanent mist. They had not seen the light of the sun for about a good scratch of 8 to 9 days. Everything in the surrounding was slightly wet and moistened. One could not go anywhere. The only option was to move to and fro in the room or look out of the window at a few umbrellas moving suddenly. At least it isn't cold rain. The hillsides are lush as late. Lush means of vegetation, especially grass, growing luxuriantly. Monsoon flowers being to appear. White balsam, dahlias, bognias, and ground orchids. Means the author is pleased that it was not cold rain. The vegetation could be seen growing luxuriantly and abundantly on the hillsides as the last monsoon flowers begin to blossom. A few flowers that begin to appear are white balsam, dahlias, bognias, and ground orchids. August 31st. It is the last day of August and the lush monsoon growth has reached its peak. The seeds of the cobra lily are turning red, signifying that the rains are coming to an end. Means August 31st, the last day of the month, also marked the nearing end of the monsoon season. The monsoon vegetation growth had reached its peak by that time, and the color changing of the seeds of the cobra lily to red hinted at the end of the rainy season too. In a few days, the ferns will start turning yellow, but right now they are still firm, green, and upright. Grounds orchids, mauve lady's sleeper, and the white butterfly orchids put on a fashion display on the grassy slopes of Landour. Landour means it is a small town near Missouri. White dahlias, red, yellow, and magenta rear their heads from the rocky crevices, means cracks in the rock or wall, where they have taken holes. Means as the next few days pass, the flowerless plants or the ferns will begin turning yellow against their present fresh green color as they stand firm and upright. He mentions how the ground orchids, white butterfly orchids, and the mauve lady's sleeper made the grassy slopes of Landours look fashionable. Furthermore, the wild dahlias, red, yellow, and magenta, turned their heads back towards the narrow opening in the rocks where they had taken hold. Snakes and rodents. Rodents means mammals flooded out of their holes and burrows. Burrows means a hole. Take shelter in roofs, attics, and godowns. Attics means a space. A shrew means chuchundar, weak of eyesight, blunders about the rooms, much to the amusement of the children. Means the snakes and rodents that have come out of their holes and burrows in huge numbers took shelter in roof, attics, and godowns. A small insectivorous mammals resembling a mouse, namely a shrew, with quite a weak eyesight, moved about clumsily in the room. Clumsily means awkward. It acted as a source of entertainment for the children. Don't kill it, admonishes their grandmother. Chuchundas are lucky. They bring money. Means their grandmother warned them not to kill it because chuchundas, as they are called in Hindi, are known to bring money and prosperity. And sure enough, I received a check in the mail. Not a very large one, but welcome all the same. Means the author jokes about it and says that he shortly received a check in his mail, although not a huge amount, but welcome anyway. October 3. We have gone straight from monsoon into winter rain. Snow at higher altitudes. Means the month of October took the mountains straight into winter rain, as it marked the end of the extended monsoon season. The higher altitudes were covered with snow. After an evening hailstorm, the sky and hills are suffused with a beautiful golden light. Suffused means gradually spread through or over. Means the higher altitude were covered with snow. On the third day of October, the sky and hills were bathing in beautiful golden light after experiencing a hailstorm an evening before. January 26. Winter rains in the hills. In the hushed means very quiet and still silence of the house when I am quite alone and my friend who was here has gone, it is very lonely, very quiet, as I sit in a liquid silence, a silence within, surrounded by the rhythm of rain, the steady drift of water on leaves, on lemons, on roof, drumming on drenched dahlias and window panes. Drenched means wet thoroughly or soak. While the mist holds the house in a dark caress. Caress means touch gently. Means in the month of January, the hills receive winter rains. The author talks about the 26th day of January when he was all alone in the quiet and still house. The friend who accompanied him a while ago had also gone. He mentions how it was very lonely and quiet as he sat in complete silence, experiencing the silence within. He was surrounded by the rhythm of the rain, the slow and gentle movement of water on leaves, lemons, and roof as it drummed on already wet dahlias and window panes. The mist covered the house gently in its darkness. As I pause near a window, the rain stops and starts again, and the trees no longer green but grey. Menace means be threat or possible danger to. Me with their loneliness means as the author stood still near the window, the rain stopped and showed again. He mentions that the trees were now grey and no longer green, threatening him with their loneliness. March 23rd, late March, end of winter. The blackest cloud I have ever seen squatted. Squatted means set over Missouri, and then it hailed marbles for half an hour. Nothing like a hailstorm to clear the sky. Even as I write, I see a rainbow forming. Means next he writes about late March that marked the end of winter season. He recorded having seen the blackest and darkest cloud resting over Missouri. It poured hail that looked like marbles for about 30 minutes. He reveals how there is nothing like a hailstorm that clears the sky. He mentions that even as he was writing his diary, a rainbow was in its formation. So, this is the end of the chapter.
Students, you have to complete your homework on the basis of the chapter explained by me. And your homework is read chapter 8, that is a short monsoon diary, and write word meanings mentioned in the video. Based on the understanding of the chapter, write the answers of the questions mentioned in the book Honeydew as page number 115, comprehension check question number 1 and 2. Page number 117, comprehension check question number 1 to 5. Page number 118, working with the text question number 1 to 7.
Students, you have to write the meanings of the following words. Number 1 is melancholy. Number 2 is rears. Number 3 is contrive. Number 4 is heralded. Number 5 is hurged. Number 6 is drenched. Number 7 is ravine. Number 8 is disconsolately.
Now let us discuss questions of comprehension check, which is on page number 115. Question number 1 is, why is the author not able to see Biju? Question number 2 is, what are the two ways in which the hills appear to change when the mist comes up? Now let us discuss questions of comprehension check, which is on page number 117. Question number 1 is, when does the monsoon season begin and when does it end? How do you prepare to face the monsoon? Question number 2 is, which hill station does the author describe in this diary entry? Question number 3 is, for how many days does it rain without stopping? What does the author do on these days? Question number 4 is, where do the snakes and rodents take shelter? Why? Question number 5 is, what did the author receive in the mail?
Now let us see questions of working with the text, which is on page number 118 in your book. Question number 1 is, look carefully at the diary entries for June 24, 25, August 2 and March 23. Now write down the changes that happen as the rains progress from June to March. Question number 2 is, Why did the grandmother ask the children not to kill the chuchundar? Question number 3 is, what signs do we find in nature which show that the monsoons are about to end? Students, you have to do question number 4 in your book only. So now let us see question number 5. Although tin roofs are given to springing unaccountable leaks, there is a feeling of being untouched by and yet in touch with the rain. Part 1. Why has the writer used the word springing? Part 2. How is the writer untouched by the rain? Part 3. How is the writer in touch with the rain at the same time? Question number 6 is, mention a few things that can happen when there is endless rain for days together. Question number 7 is, what is the significance of cobra lily in relation to the monsoon season, its beginning and end? Students, now in this video we shall discuss homework solution of the homework which was assigned you in lecture number 1 of poem 8, that is on the grasshopper and cricket. Students, I have already explained you the poem in detail along with word meanings in our previous video. As I assigned you homework which was to be done by you on the basis of your understanding, and your homework was read poem 8, that is on the grasshopper and cricket, and write word meanings mentioned in the video. Based on the understanding of the poem, write the answers of the questions mentioned in the book Honeydew as. Page number 123, working with the poem, question number 1 to 5. Extra questions. Now let us discuss word meanings in detail. Question is, write the meanings of the following words. Number 1 is hedge, means boundary made up of small bushes and shrubs. Number 2 is delight, means happy. Number 3 is rot, means to brought about. Number 4 is drowsiness, means slept. Number 5 is weed, means unwanted wild plants. Now let us discuss questions and answers in detail of working with the poem which is on page number 123. Question number 2 is, the poetry of earth is not made of words. What is it made of, as suggested in the poem? The answer of the question is, the poetry of earth is not just made of words. Rather, it is composed of the rhythmic sounds produced by nature's beautiful creatures. The musical element of nature never ceases to mesmerize us with its ever-changing seasons. Summer and winter are considered to be the most difficult seasons for many creatures, such as the grasshopper and cricket. These seasons brings it a lot of joy, sorrow and excitement to such creatures. During summer, the grasshopper excitedly hops around tirelessly in joy, and when he is tired, he rests beneath a pleasant weed. On the other hand, a cricket sings with a shrill voice during the dark and lonely nights of the winter season. Now, let us see question number 3. Find in the poem lines that match the following. Part 1. The grasshopper's happiness never come to an end. The answer of the question is he has never done with his delights. Part 2. The cricket's song has a warmth that never decreases. The answer of the question is the cricket's song in warmth increasing ever. Question number 4 is which word in stanza 2 is opposite in meaning to the frost? Answer is warmth. Question number 5 is the poetry of earth continues round the year through a cycle of 2 seasons. Mention each with its representative voice. The answer of the question is the 2 major seasons in a year are summer and winter. Both are rich in music. In summer, the representative voice is that of the birds and grasshopper. In winter, the cricket is the prime singer. Now let us discuss the answers of the extra questions. Question number 1 is what is the theme of the poem? The answer of the question is the theme of the poem is that the nature is always happy. Question number 2 is when does a grasshopper sing? The answer of the question is a grasshopper sings in a hot summer days when all the birds hide in cool sheds. Question number 3 is when does a cricket sing? The answer of the question is a cricket sings in winter when it is very cold and quiet outside. That's all for today. So this is the end of the lecture. Students, if you like our videos, so please hit on the like button and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.